Hey beauty babes, welcome to the Good Hair Podcast. My name is Shannon Goode and I'm a hair-obsessed beauty artist with a crazy passion for helping salons and freelancers build the business of their dreams. I went from struggling in the salon to living the life I had always dreamed of as a beauty artist, calling my own shots. Now I'm traveling more than ever and doing exactly what I want to do. This is your time. Now is the time to take control of your path, climb out from under the social gravity of the cookie cutter life, and do what you have always wanted to do. I truly believe that investing in yourself is where great success embraces you. Let's do this together. Hey everyone, how are you? It is morning over here, and morning is when I feel like I'm at my prime. I have my Starbucks coffee coming off of the holidays here, and I don't know, morning coffee time is my favorite. It's when I feel most inspired and just at my best. And so excited that Starbucks still has this toasted white chocolate mocha. It's my favorite, and it's so funny because I don't know, I love my morning coffee time, but I love it most when it's white chocolate mocha. So you gotta love that, right? And toasted white chocolate mocha at that. But anyways, that is kickstarting me. I was in full vacation mode over sort of the holiday season, like through the Christmas time and all of that, and just taking full advantage of quieting down and not working too much and just enjoying the magic of the season. And so now I'm just coming back from that and trying to get back to the to-do list and all of that stuff, which actually it feels kind of good to get back on a schedule and kickstart life again. There's so many things like waiting to be done and people that are waiting for a call back from me. But of course, everybody understands when it's the holiday, and who can think clearly anyways, especially just being in the creative field, hair, makeup, we're all just trying to work with our clients and make it through. And now that it's January again, I think things have slowed down and we can all just sort of regroup and think a little more clearly. So today I wanted to talk about how important it is to connect to your beauty community. Being in the wedding and bridal world definitely requires connecting to the community around you and the vendors who are also sharing the same industry. Whether that's photography, videography, event planning, venues, floral, cakes, gowns, all of it. I mean, just think of the possibilities that you can benefit from when you connect to all of these people. So I have 5 tips for connecting to the beauty community and the benefits of that. So let's just jump right in. So if you're a freelancer or even a salon, it takes both to make it successful in this wedding world. Some brides and wedding parties like to go into the salon to get their hair, makeup done, and some of them like for the entourage to come to them. And so either way, it can be really hard to figure out how to make your way and create a successful business in this wedding world. It just seems like that there's a million artists trying to make it, and how can you set yourself apart and all of these things. I mean, it can be hard, but there are definitely some tricks and tips for making that happen. And first I want to just guide you to my website, which is goodehair.com, goodehair.com. And I have a free workbook on there that is how to find your niche. Finding your niche can help you with setting yourself apart from your competitors, and it can also help you to be able to bring the right clients in your door, actually much more quickly than you think. So the more niche you get and the more sort of specialized you are, the more your client knows if you are what they're looking for. So definitely want to guide you toward that. And so go to the website. It's goodehair.com, but it's good with an E. So GOODE hair.com. So, okay, let's get back to it. 5 tips for connecting to the beauty community and its benefits. So let's talk about freelancers. A lot of the beauty artists and hairstylists, makeup artists, in the world as it is now, like to work alone or be freelancers, or booth rent or whatever it is. But a lot of the times in that world, you end up working alone quite a bit, and it can be a little bit lonely. So just making sure that you connect with fellow beauty artists. I mean, that's kind of step number 1, and making all the right connections and forming a big community around you, which is everything. I mean, you can't do every single wedding that comes your way. If you're doing all the right things and you are building your business successfully and correctly, then you're probably having quite a few inquiries for, especially the popular days of the year. And so you can't do all of the weddings that come your way. And so connecting to other hairstylists and makeup artists can create this sort of referral board and make it easier for you guys to kind of throw weddings back and forth to each other, right? I mean, just think of the respect that you will be given when you are sending weddings to your peers. They're like, oh, this is really great. And if they have overflow, they'll send it to you. And so it just works really well. And I will tell you, that's where I get a lot of the weddings that I book, is from fellow hairstylists and makeup artists. So just forming that tight connection with your peers is huge. And it also helps you to build this sort of relationship with them. I mean, you need relationship with people who share your passion. And sometimes if we work alone, that works well for us, but just having friends and people that are a sounding board for you can be super helpful. Like, I know some of my friends, maybe I'll have a not so awesome experience with a bride. And that could be just because stress manifests itself in weird ways. And so these ladies are planning one of the best days of their lives, and perhaps on their wedding day, they're not dealing with it all very well and it's overwhelming for them. And so maybe it just becomes a stressful situation. And, I don't know, I absorb people's energies. And so a lot of times that just wears me out to see people running around on their wedding day, doing this and doing that, and yelling at their bridesmaids and doing all these crazy things. And all I can think of is, oh, get me out of here. I cannot deal with this. So, just having some close friends in the industry who share, just similar background can be really awesome for, becoming a sounding board. So, I don't know, I have some really good friends that I call when I've just sort of had a not so great day and I'm like, oh, you're just not going to believe what happened today. This girl was crazy. Like, I will have to say, earlier this year, there was a month in the year, and I'm not going to say what month it is because I don't want anybody to know what I'm talking about, like as far as, my clients. And I just feel like that month was full of people who were so stressed out. And it was almost to the point to where it was like, what am I doing? I do not want to do this anymore. I do not want to do my job anymore. I can't deal with the stress. I mean, it's so crazy. It just all happened. And now I'm like, man, that month is a month that I will never book weddings ever again, because how can it be that every bride I had that month was so stressful? It was crazy. But, I would just call my friends and be like, you're not going to believe this bride. I walked in and she was yelling at her bridesmaids, and she was a disaster. She was running around all over the place trying to get things done, and she's sweaty and crying, and it's like, whoa, wait a minute. How can you feel beautiful on your wedding day when you're running around and feeling like total chaos? But anyways, yeah, it's nice to have a sounding board, with just friends who can understand what you've gone through and refer each other. I personally like to work with people that I'm familiar with. So, I'm a hairstyling specialist, right? And so I have people who can help me to style hair if I need it, if I have a really large wedding party. And I also have makeup artists that I like to refer because I know their work, I know they're dependable, I know they're good at what they do. And so, just having your referrals and people that you can trust and that you like to work with is huge. So um, just sort of recapping, making sure that you're reaching out to those around you who can sort of have your back when you need it, or can be your sounding board, or can refer you weddings. That's huge. That's a really great benefit for connecting to your beauty community. Who can you connect to? That's number two. I would highly recommend connecting to venues. What are some of your favorite venues, and what are some of the venues that your ideal client likes to use? So my personal ideal client is a educated professional. A lot of times they are lawyers, nurses, just working professionals. And so some of their favorite venues are the Ivory Room. And, I'm a Columbus, Ohio hairstylist. And so anything that I refer is pretty much in the Columbus, Ohio area um, in the surrounding areas also. So the Ivory Room in downtown Columbus, the Highline Car House in downtown Columbus in the Brewery District, the Westin is huge for weddings. Trying to think, what are some of the other popular, yeah, so I mean, these are my clients and what I know that they love. So the venue, right? And then also the wedding planners. So, I mean, I have some amazing wedding planners that I work with, and I'm so grateful that they refer weddings to me. And I also tell my clients about them for a day of services, or even just to plan their whole wedding. I mean, this is huge to have a wedding planner or coordinator who will refer you also. And so, Emily Duncan is a Columbus planner. Jennifer Contamercos is also a really great wedding planner. We have several here, here's the train coming by, guys. I always like to I live right by the train track here, and it's such a beautiful area. That's my least favorite thing, is that freaking train that goes by all the time. But anyways, yeah, there's several wedding planners that I just absolutely love working with because I know that their work is beautiful and their clients are always extremely happy. So just surrounding yourself with really awesome professionals who reflect the kind of work that you want to be known for is everything. Also, photographers, Style and Story Creative, um, Amy Ann Photography, Rachel Figueroa Photography. I'm trying to think, there's so many different photographers, but just having that sort of high class, or whatever it is, whatever fits your demo and your ideal client, these are also the vendors that you're looking for. So we're looking at venues, we're looking at photographers, we're looking at wedding planners. If you're a hairstylist, you need makeup artists that you can refer. If you're a makeup artist, you need hairstylists that you can refer. Spray tanners, that's a big one. I'm trying to think what else is there. Floral design. Orchard Lane Florals is one of my favorites. I worked with the owner of Orchard Lane Florals in one of my very first styled shoots toward the beginning of my wedding hair business. And so I'm just a really huge fan of them. They really create beautiful work. And there's several others. I'm just trying to think right off the top of my head, which I'm not always really good at. But also cake bakers like Miam. Scarlett from Miam is absolutely amazing. She creates such beautiful work, and so she's one of my favorites to refer for that. And then for wedding dresses, a lot of times my girls have already found their wedding dress before they come to me, because that's one of the most exciting things, right? Like you get engaged and hey, let's go look for a dress. But there's Lejeune Marie here in downtown Columbus, and also White of Dublin. And then there's some other Ivy Bridal Studio, which is really just a very beautiful place to find a dress. But also knowing all of these is going to come in to be very handy with something I'm going to talk to you about in just a few minutes. So you want to make sure that you have vendors from all areas. Like, what is everything that your bride wants? Is she also looking for stationery? It's great to have stationery vendors on hand, DJs, all of these things. Hotels, what are some of your favorite hotels? All of that comes in to be very handy with building your beauty community. These vendors refer you and you can refer them, and it becomes this really beautiful system. And so on top of that, you want to make sure that you're creating your best work so that they do refer you. And you don't want to refer somebody who is maybe not creating the best work, because then you're putting your name all over that when you refer it. And then that kind of reflects on you. So you just want to make sure that you're, giving your clients the best if you're going to tell them about anything, like, oh, you have to use this floral designer, but then in the back of your mind that they've messed up on several weddings that you've worked with. Like, that's probably not a pretty good thing. That's probably not a very good thing at all. So just making sure that people are reputable, and that if you're putting your name on it, you want to stand behind it pretty firm. So why connect with these vendors? Because they are going to refer you for weddings. They're going to be someone that is going to deliver a good product or service. And also, they refer you and you can refer them. And so that helps your brides, and that builds credibility with your clients. Being able to refer somebody that comes through in the right way is everything. So then number 4 is styled shoots. And let's talk about the importance of that. So connecting to your beauty community helps tremendously with styled shoots. And styled shoots are a collaboration of all of the wedding vendors, usually in the off season, like when things slow down a little bit and weddings aren't, every single weekend or, every weekend day. Like usually January to March is when a lot of styled shoots happen. And this is an awesome way to connect to the beauty community. Just think of the benefits you can have by working with a venue, a wedding coordinator, florals, event rentals, oh goodness, cake, all of these things. If you have your sort of short list of each of these vendors and you work on styled shoots with them, your styled shoots can be published in like an online blog or in a magazine, and where you would get credit for that, and you'd be associated with all of these vendors, okay? And then they also post on social media. And so when you post your styled shoot on social media, then you tag all of these vendors, and then you get your work in front of all of their clients, or anybody looking into their services, they'll also see your work. And that is huge. I mean, that in itself helps you to be able to open up your business to a huge just world of wedding planning and just brides looking for vendors. So that's a really great benefit for doing styled shoots. And it also helps you to express your creativity and be able to do things that you wouldn't maybe typically do on a wedding day. For me personally, being a hairstylist, I like to create maybe something that my brides would love doing on their wedding day, but maybe kick it up a notch and make it just maybe even a little bigger or a little more glamorous than they might do on their wedding day, but just be sort of an inspiration to them, because it's your chance to be artistic and creative, but also to show work so that clients will book you. So styled shoots are everything in the wedding world, and that's a really great way to build your community and referral base. So all of these things benefit you as a business, right? You can see how connecting to your community can build your business pretty quickly. And if there were one thing that I would tell you, like as far as if you're brand new in the industry or if you're just struggling to make your business stand out, is connect to your connect to your community. And like the wedding and bridal community, just hit the pavement, man. I remember that when I was first starting my business, and I would go and visit every single vendor that I could think of and introduce myself, and try to leave a lasting impression. And let's say like when maybe I'd be doing a wedding and the wedding coordinator or planner would come in to check on things, I would introduce myself and get to know them a little bit, because quite honestly, I love getting to know people, and I just have like a deep passion for, just for people in general. And so it's always fun to get to know people that are in the same industry, right? Or maybe the flower designer is dropping off all the flowers that day. Well, just introduce yourself and see if maybe you can help for a few seconds in between clients or something like that, and just really get to know people. And if you're a hairstylist and you are working with a makeup artist, talk with them. Don't be standoffish. Don't be all like, catty, because that's not going to leave a good impression. And believe it or not, that happens quite a bit, I will have to say. And it's so off-putting to walk into a wedding and there's a makeup artist in there that I haven't necessarily met before, and they just don't even make eye contact. They don't even look up. And it's like, I mean, come on. I would love to know who you are and what your business is, but a lot, I don't know what that is, and especially in the beauty community, I've noticed that there's this sort of standoffish attitude sometimes, not all the time, but enough that it's weird. And it creates this sort of competition mode, which I will not take part in. I just don't believe in that. I'm not catty. I don't like those type of social politics. I'd rather be supportive of people, and I don't know. I personally love to just help people and get to know people. So, I mean, it just looks better on you when you're open and want to know who people are that you're working with. So all of these things would benefit you, right, as a business. So just going back over the 5 tips for connecting to the community, the wedding and bridal community, and the benefits. And that is, number 1 is if you're a freelancer and you're working alone, or you're a salon, just connecting to other salons or other freelancers, other makeup artists, hairstylists, or whatever, other peers. And so you can start to form a really strong bond in the community that you work in. Second is, who do you connect to? And so remember, the other vendors in the wedding and bridal community, you must connect to all of them, because it's the only way that you're going to be greatly successful. You need to have a referral base. So why connect? And I just got done talking about that, is because it just gives you sort of a soft place to land when you need it. If you need someone to talk to after a stressful situation, or maybe you just need somebody to help you work through work through something, just being able to connect to these people who can relate to what you're going through or what you need. That's everything. Also, styled shoots. That's an awesome way of connecting to your wedding and bridal community, and that is greatly beneficial. The more people see your work, the more familiar you become, and the more you'll get referrals. Referrals are everything. So, and how does this benefit your business? Well, in so many different ways, right? Referrals make it look like that you are noteworthy and worth looking into. Just connecting to your community in a way that you would refer them also, and just being able to work with people that create beautiful work, that's huge. So I hope this is helpful for all of you. And, our goal this season is to bring education for you and just to kind of help to immerse you into this whole world and what it takes to build a successful business in the beauty, not even in the beauty community, but just in the wedding and bridal community. So I hope you have a really great day, and let me know what you think about this episode. Thank you for listening to the Good Hair Podcast. If you love the show and want to stay connected, go ahead and hit subscribe to be notified when new episodes drop. Also, if you're loving the show, we greatly appreciate reviews. Please take a second to leave a review. Leaving a review helps support the show. It lets us know we're doing what you love and gets the message out to other listeners. If you want to get your bridal business kickstarted, visit our website at goodhair.com. That's GOODHAIR.com for your free guide to finding your niche. Hope to meet you soon and talk soon. Have a great day.